Jesus freak here. Now, yesterday afternoon I was talking with some people who had some rather outre ideas of about the races. And while talking to them, I came to a conclusion. The stereotypes associated with black people are not actually an effect of their skin color, their race, or anything necessarily. Some of these stereotypes actually originate from the fact that we've been providing them a hand, and this is on both sides of the planet, and they wind up in a situation where they're just existing. Nothing to live for, nothing to hope for, nothing to motivate them to improve their situation, and nothing to motivate them to maintain their situation. And this isn't just a thing that happens to black people. You've seen it, the stereotypical redneck that we associate, with certain parts of America. It's, lazy, fat, and stupid. And these are the same stereotypes that a lot of the more racist types will associate with black people. But here you are, you see them with white people. So what's the real cause? They have nothing to motivate them. They have no reason to better their situation or maintain it. So they're not really living, they're just existing. And just like the people that become the stereotypes of rapes, they become fat, lazy, and stupid. I've seen some people who are in various situations. They have trouble taking care of themselves, and we help them. But the side effect is, if they're just existing, can't say they're lazy if they're handicapped. And can't say they're stupid if they're actually not stupid, and a lot of them aren't. But they're treated like it. We have this, meme. People act like if someone's physically handicapped, they must be mentally handicapped. But we wind up with a lot of people who might have disabilities, and then wind up, same thing happens. Because there's no motivation. Now people are going to say, wait, you don't have a job. You're collecting disability checks every month. And you seem to be a bit on the fat and lazy side yourself. That? Maybe. Part of that factor of my heart condition. because, I get out practically every day and do a fair bit of walking. So it's not like I don't get any exercise. Unmotivated? I got things to live for. I have things that keep me ticking. I have things that keep me exercising my mind so I don't get stupid. I have reason to exercise my body so I don't get lazy. I just can't necessarily control that I'm fat. But there's no mistaking the fact that I'm white trash. The only real difference is that I have things to drive me. They might not drive me as far as they could. That's why I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. That's why I'm an amateur theologian and not a pastor. That's why I'm a fan subber, not an official translator. That's why I run a private chat network and not some major website. The thing about stereotypes is they all start with a grain of truth. But frequently, people come to the wrong conclusion from this grain of truth. They see a bunch of poor people who have no motivation to live their lives and are just getting fat, lazy, and stupid. And they come to the conclusion that they're just naturally fat, lazy, and stupid. When the fact is, we made them that way by giving them everything they could possibly want on a silver platter. I'm not saying that welfare or whatever is a bad thing necessarily. But it's kind of like that saying, give a man a fish and he's full for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll be full for the rest of his life. It's more useful to help people help themselves within the realms of possibility, because some people just can't help themselves because, they're handicapped. But within the realm of possibility, it's better to help people help themselves than to just give them a handout. Now, again, someone's going to point out the hypocrisy of me collecting disability benefits. I spent years pounding the pavement looking for work. Apparently, my mental issues are just too much of a liability and no one will want to hire me. Doesn't matter that I'd be capable of doing the job, I'm still considered unemployable because no one wants to hire me because I'm a liability. So, I grudgingly went on welfare back in 2001. And I accepted some help getting on SSI. Not because I wanted to, not have to do the work for the welfare program anymore necessarily. I mean, I was fine with that. there was a time limit and I was running out. And if I had run out the time limit, I would have been on the street. The reason I accepted the help in getting on SSI was because I knew that no one was going to hire me. And I'd rather take a handout than live on the street. I admit, I still don't really live my life as much as I'd like to. It's more of an existence. But I managed to get some fulfillment. I may not be near the top of Maslow's pyramid. I don't feel necessarily I need to be. But at least I have something to drive me. And it keeps my brain churning. I have to wonder if dementia is also related to this. I had a foster father whose saying was, after he had 3 heart attacks and a stroke, he said, "I'm not going to sit around and wait for God." I get the feeling that, some people, and this isn't going to say, I'm not saying this is what happens with everyone who gets dementia or Alzheimer's, that they just give up on life and their brains atrophy. But could that be the possibility for some people to just no reason to think about anything anymore? Any muscle is going to atrophy if it's not worked, if it's not exercised. And even the brain and heart, I'm sure, are going to atrophy if you don't use them. I think in a lot of cases, people saying, oh, black people are stupid, or, old people are demented, or whatever. Are they? I don't think so. I think in a lot of people's cases, they've given up. With no hope, they let themselves fall apart. I have hope. My hope is a solid rock. And it's kept me afloat for decades. I spent years thinking I had no reason to live. I've tried to kill myself. I tried to poison myself. I tried to strangle myself. I tried to defenestrate myself. I tried to give myself a fatal hemorrhage. I thought I had nothing to live for. But then I realized I have a hope. God put me here. And He must have given me a reason. And maybe this is my reason. Maybe being an amateur theologian is my reason. Jesus, freak out.